Thank you so much. Moyenne again. Bonsoir. Good afternoon. I hope you have found the start of the annual conference this afternoon interesting and that you are looking forward to tomorrow's sessions. During the major projects update, you have heard about the significant work delivered by the Secretariat and our members. Clearly, we cannot deliver as an association without these contributions, and for 14 years now, we have recognized this by celebrating the outstanding service of our most hard-working contributors through awarding them the honor of being an IIS Distinguished Fellow. This year, we have incorporated the presentation of these awards into our annual conference to highlight the importance we place on the contribution of our members' representatives. Those receiving awards today have been nominated and approved by their peers. It is a special way of paying tribute to those who have contributed the time and expertise to advance the IIS mission. Many past recipients of the honor are in this room today and are continuing to have a significant impact on the development of the global insurance sector. This year, we have a diverse class in terms of the backgrounds within the IIS. Each has played a key role in the evolution and success of the association. The names are readily identified with the IIS. Today, we recognize the service of Ed Forshaw, a former colleague of mine, so formerly within the UK PRA, Urs Halbason, formerly with FINMA and currently with Swiss Re, and Yoshihiro Yoshi Kawai, formerly IIS Secretary General. I'd like to invite the honorees present, all the representatives, to the stage one at a time. First, I'd like to recognize Ed Forshaw. Ed sends his regrets that he could not be here to receive this honor in person, as he and his wife are attending a wedding in Ireland which was planned long, long ago. Ed asked our colleague, Paolo Cadoni, to accept this honor on his behalf and share a brief note of thanks. Before Paolo comes to the stage and reads the note, let me first describe some brief highlights of Ed's contribution to the association. Well, basically, Ed was there from the very beginning. He started contributing to the IIS since the late 90s, and for several years, he chaired the IIS Technical Committee's Exchange of Information Subcommittee, and he's basically the father of the MOU, the Multilateral Memorandum of Understanding, which, as we heard, has gone from strength to strength. He also was very active in the reinsurance subcommittee and very heavily involved in the development of an earlier version of the core principles. And most recently, involved in the implementation, the budget committees and the stakeholder engagement task force that produced the engagement plan in 2017. Also, I should say that when I first started getting involved in the IIS and I wanted to gain a seat on the executive committee, it was Ed, because nobody knew me, and everybody knew Ed. So it was Ed who introduced me to everyone and allowed me to start getting involved in the IIS. And perhaps I wouldn't be, well, I don't think I would be here if it weren't for Ed. So this is my personal thanks to him. So a big show of thanks to Ed for his many years of service. Paolo, I believe that you can now come to the stage and have a message from Ed to share with us.
Thank you, and it's a privilege for me, having worked for a long time with Ed, to present this message from him. And he told me that unfortunately, as Vicky pointed out, Abel is unable to attend this nomination as Distinguished Fellow in person because he unfortunately is a family wedding in Ireland. And he told me, I tried to find a way to get here on time, but I couldn't. He asked me to express his deep disappointment that this is the case and his pleasure in accepting this honor. As Vicky pointed out again, he had a very long relationship with the IIS, dating back to its foundation. And I remember I always went to Ed and looked for advice anytime I needed something. And even my previous bosses, Paul Sharma, used to tell me, something international, go and speak to Ed. He's the right person. And he always managed to get me out of trouble all the time. And Ed said that it has been greatly satisfying for him to see the association grow where it is now and securing the recognition it deserves. Ed considered he was fortunate to have worked alongside so many dedicated and knowledgeable colleagues from all around the world, and in the Secretariat, not least his fellow nominees. He asked me to express his sincere thanks for the honor and best wishes for the conference and the association's future activity. Thanks.
Now, I would like to recognize Urs Halbeisen, formerly with FINMA, who has a long-serving and active member of a number of IAS committees and subcommittees, including insurance groups, resolution working group, technical committee, coordination group, policy development committee, ICS task force, and GSI analyst working group. In these roles, Urs contributed to and provided leadership on a number of high-profile IAS work streams, including ComFrame and the development of the ICS, the GSII assessment methodology, and supervisory material related to recovery and resolution. Urs not only covered a broad range of topics and contributed actively to each, he also took a leading role in promoting good cooperation amongst IAS members. He helped to build bridges when bridges were not there. Urs, we appreciate the breadth and intensity of your engagement with us and the mark you have made on so many of our signature initiatives. You were the yin when you were with us. Now you have passed to the yang area. Please do come to the stage.
I'm old, I have to take my glasses, so thank you very much, Vicky. Dear ladies and gentlemen, dear IAS friends, I feel very honored and I'm proud becoming a distinguished fellow of the IAS, of such an important organization for the insurance markets. I had I would think just luck participating in several committees and working groups on all major policy topics in the past 8 years. I had really been the pleasure of working with many IAS members, and we had, on the one hand, serious discussions. On the other hand, we really had also, during the breaks and evenings, we had also a great time, and that also really helped for further advancing. So I was really impressed by the good spirit of all the IAS committee and working group members. Let me maybe also say a few words about ICS and how I see it, because I think the IAS is instrumental for setting global standards for the supervision of insurance groups and legal entities to achieve policyholder protection within jurisdictions and across jurisdictions. I regard the cross-border aspects as very important, as many of the larger insurance groups doing business and are organized across jurisdictions. I would like to encourage the IAS to continue its path on further enhancing consistency in global supervision. I know it can be sometimes a bit tiring not moving forward quicker, but one has to respect that achieving agreements for global solutions take much longer than for just one jurisdiction. While having sometimes tough discussion, the spirit of the IAS members will assist moving forward with older and newer topics. I hope to continue to support the IAS even if I switched to the dark side, as some of your members tell me. I also hope I'm able to keep my friendship with many IAS members, and I will really appreciate this distinctive honor. So thank you very much.
And last but not least, a figure that will be very familiar to all of us, Yoshihiro Yoshi Kawai, former Secretary General of the IIS. He really dedicated nearly 20 years of his professional career to the IIS before retiring last year. As you know, he led the Secretariat through a period of enormous growth. And during his tenure, the number of Secretariat staff nearly tripled, the budget increased almost tenfold, and membership nearly doubled. Substantively, Yoshi led the IAS through the adoption of comprehensive insurance core principles, the identification of the GSIs and development of GSI policy measures, and development of the first ever global insurance capital standard, the then basic capital requirement. His continuous commitment to a single global consolidated and risk-based capital standard and his perseverance in striving to achieve this goal, even under difficult circumstances, is much acknowledged. Yoshi's leadership was instrumental in transforming the IAS into what it is today. And Yoshi, of course, has many personal qualities that were very important during difficult periods. He personifies the glass half full type of person with an engaging optimism and a calmness. He definitely has his yin-yang sorted. Congratulations, Yoshi, and thank you once again for the legacy you have left. To borrow your mantra, in the nearly 20 years you served this association and each of us, you really did make it happen. Let's have a round of applause.
So good afternoon, everybody, and I really feel very grateful to being a distinguished fellow of this association. And today, over the past 1 year, I observed the association as a sort of outside. And today, I have seen such a marvelous development, It's so feel nice and great. We learned this afternoon that, for example, all the work that now, for example, ICS version 2 is almost there. ICP's ComFrame, huge work is almost there. And Alberto's presentation of this, holistic systemic risk concept, I know that it's a huge difficulty. I remember last year, we did not know where it goes. Now it's concrete and very clear. And of course, implementation side, it's amazing now. It's very solid. For example, this assessment, very strong foundation of assessment and so on. And without mentioning that this 5-year plan that you have already endorsed and worked hard, that's a huge achievement in such a short period of time. I remember very well Kuala Lumpur, and it's already 1 year past. It's amazing, time passed so fast. But I really appreciate all the hard work. Of course, Vicky, Jonathan, and today, Alberto, Elise, and Pepe, and all the members you have, and also stakeholders, you have done tremendous work over this past year. And I really feel happy that you have done such a nice work in such a short period of time. This past year, of course, I missed a lot. I missed a lot you and discussion with you and everybody to create something great. I really missed. But also, when I go back to Japan, I went back in the end of March where cherry blossoms were blooming. Japan was such a beautiful country, you know. I really appreciate returning to Japan, having spent more time with my family, and also, you know, I start teaching at university, and it's very rewarding to have a very promising youngsters to teach what I have learned from this association. So I really feel very happy. One thing that I still remember when I left IEIS, some people asked me, Yoshi, where is your mountain? Where is your new mountain? Where is the exciting sort of the goal that you have in the next step? When I left IES, I did not have any mountains in front of me. I felt very happy. But now just I feel something. I feel something. When I left IEIS, I wanted to do something for Asia. Because I'm Asian, I feel very at home in Asia. I'm Japanese. And also, you know, when I attended or just to took care of IEIS activities, I felt that Asia could do more for this global stage. And also I wanted to do something for insurance regulation, naturally, but also now when I see this development of new technology and so on, we can learn, regulators can learn not only from industry, but also from academia or expert in the area, for example, fintech, technology issue. So just last week, or Monday last week, Minister of Finance Singapore announced that creation of new global Asia insurance partnership. And he mentioned with surprise that I will take a lead. So I'm very happy to take a lead this initiative. And this initiative is a partnership between not only regulators and also policymakers, but also industries who are active in Asia, as well as academia, who have very cutting knowledge of new technology and others, and create a think tank to have a very profound discussion and create a knowledge which is actionable, useful for regulation and the world. And also, in addition, capacity building that is definitely needed for regulators, policymakers, and the industry when we discuss about new technology issue, fintech, cyber, whatever. We, regulators, have to learn more, and we have to understand, in addition to the industry itself. So, and then, of course, naturally, platform where top of the regulators, industry, academia stop, inter-exchange the view. So Asia has a huge potential, and naturally, currently, we have AFIA, our Hong Kong, you know, Moses and Clermont and others take lead. Hong Kong, AFIA have a huge initiative working together. China is a chairmanship of the Asian initiative, work together. So bottom line, there is a huge opportunity for Asia. And in the past, IEIS, from my point of view, a world from the world to Asia, but we should create something from Asia to the world, and that's win-win situation. So I really want to devote my time and effort to cultivate this Asian power and inter-exchange with other parts of the world. So with this, a little bit sales pitch of Asia and my work, I really appreciate being here, and thank you very much to be nominated myself as Distinguished Fellow. And I hope that we have plenty of occasion. Now I have a good reason to come here every year as a Distinguished Fellow. But in addition, I hope that we can meet more time over the year. Thank you very much.
Congratulations to all the distinguished fellows. A round of applause for the 3 nominees. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Vicky. This leads actually an end to this afternoon. I just have a last message, just for the members only. Some logistical details. The transportation to the dinner tonight will be made as from 7 p.m. from the Hotel Sofitel, Novotel, Kirchberg, Suite Novotel, Hotel Melia, Hotel Royal, Best Western, and Doubletree. Departure back to the hotels at 11. Okay, I told you I was there also for boring stuff like logistic. Very sorry for this, but I cannot wait to see you all together at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. For some of you, maybe slightly hangover, but I will not judge you. Have a great night. Thank you for this first afternoon, and see you tomorrow. Thank you very much.